Typography plays a big part in graphic design. It is one of the most important elements. In this video, we will take a look at typographic terms that will help you get started in the world of design. Hi, my name is Laura Kyung, and I am a design writer, mentor, and entrepreneur with 12 years of design experience. This is A to Z of Typography, tips, tricks, and hacks. Each of the terms we show in this video will be set in a different font that can be found in Envato elements. There, you can find awesome fonts, print templates, photography, and other assets that can help your projects kick it up a notch. A is for ascender. The ascender is any part of a lowercase letter that expands above the midline of a font. For example, letters B, D, and H. B is for baseline. The baseline is the line upon which the letters in a font appear to rest. Capital letters sit on the baseline with the exception of Q and J that can sometimes extend just below it. C is for cap height. The cap height is the measurement from the baseline to the top of the flat uppercase letters. For example, M, I, or T. D is for descenders. Descenders are the vertical strokes just below the baseline in a character. For example, G, J, P, or Q. E is for ear. An ear is a finishing stroke usually on the upper right side of the bowl of the lowercase of a two-story G. The ear sometimes will have a teardrop shape or a decorative flourish that matches the font style. F is for foot. The foot is the part of a stem that rests on the baseline. It is typically found on a serif style font. G is for Gadzook. A Gadzook is usually found in a ligature, the result of the combination of two characters. It is a connecting piece that attaches these two characters together without it being originally part of either. H is for hook. The hook is a curved stroke in the head of some lowercase letters like F and R. The hook will appear to have a curve or bend that leads into a terminal, teardrop, or sharp end to a character. I is for italic. Italic is a slightly slanted type style that takes its basic shapes from a stylized form of calligraphic handwriting. Italics are often used to emphasize text and can appear more elegant in serif fonts. J is for joint. The joint is a spot where a stroke joins a stem to become one. K is for kerning. Kerning is the process of adjusting the gaping space between two characters. It is often applied to correct spacing problems in a combination of letters, especially slanted strokes. Optical kerning are pre-kerned letters by the font designer. L is for ligature. A ligature is a special character that's the result of a combination of two individual characters. Some letters can bump into each other when printed. Ligatures allows for them to flow better together. And sometimes we can find three-character ligatures. M is for midline. The midline is an imaginary line that rests on top of the body of the lowercase letters and right above the baseline. N is for neck. The neck, also known as link, is a small curved stroke connecting the upper bowl with the lower loop in the double-story lowercase g. O is for overshoot. An overshoot is a small extension of a character that goes over the cap line or below the baseline. An overshoot helps characters optically appear the same size as other characters that have flat tops or bottoms. P is for proportional. Proportional characters are designed to occupy only as much as white space as needed. Non-proportional fonts use the same set width, also known as monospace. When a character is proportional, it becomes more legible. R is for Roman. A Roman type is the standard style we see when reading long-form body copy. Sometimes, Roman is also used to refer to the regular weight in a font. S is for single-storey. A single-storey character appears in lowercase a and g. In some styles, these two characters can have a single counter as opposed to their double-story type, which have two counters. T is for terminal. A terminal is the end of any stroke that doesn't include a serif, for instance Q or T. A teardrop terminal is referred to terminals on letters like R and F. U is for uppercase. Uppercase letters are the capitals in a typeface. The name comes from the days of metal type. Capital letters were kept in the upper part of the type case. V is for vertex. The vertex is the pointy shape that results from an intersection of two strokes at the bottom or top of a character. For example, A, V, and W. W is for width. The width in typographic design is the space occupied by a single character, including the spaces on the left and right. X is for X height. X height is the space between the baseline and the midline. The letter X will often occupy this specific height. Some characters will have an overshoot over the midline to appear optically even with the rest of the characters. A typeface with a large X height tends to be more legible. And that's it. It is important to learn and master typographic terms to help us make better typographic choices. With each term, we also show you different fonts that you can find on Envato Elements. They have a great library with amazing assets that can help you with your projects. From all of us at Envato, my name is Laura Kyung. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.